Hi guys, I'm here doing the Night Owl book tag today. I was tagged to do this by Jade from Paperback to Hardback, and it is actually her original tag, so I will make sure to link hers down below as well. Also, today is Jade's birthday, so I just want to say a happy birthday to Jade. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. You are wonderful, and I hope you get spoiled with loads of books. So I'm just going to get straight into the tag. The first question is a book you stayed up all night to read. And for that one, I chose I See You by Claire Mackintosh. I read this book this year at the end of March, I think, or the start of April, one of them. And I absolutely loved it. I gave it a 5-star. This book is about a woman that is on her way home from work, and she sees her photograph in a newspaper with nothing but a website address. Then she takes it home to her family, worried about it. They kind of pass it off as nothing and say it's probably a mistake, it's probably not even her. She forgets about it. The next day she sees another girl, the next day another girl, and she starts wondering whether it was an innocent mistake or whether someone is actually following her, especially when one of the girls turn up dead. It's very interesting, it's very fun, it's very dramatic. It kept me guessing right until the end, and it got to the point where I reached halfway in this book and I thought I need to carry on, and I stayed up till 4 a.m. reading it, and my usual bedtime is like midnight, so I stayed up very late to finish this book. Next is a book with a dark cover. Now I chose a dark cover not because it's actually dark, but because it kind of creeps me out to look at, and I chose Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I think this book is really dark. I don't know why, it freaks me out. Obviously it looks like a girl who's kind of drowning in water and she's let go of her weapon. And it looks creepy, and it's green, and I don't like green. So that's kind of creepy as it is. But it looks dark, it looks dramatic, and I just think I'm so excited to read it in about 9 months when I finally get to it. But I love it, I just love it. And Jade got me this, so thank you Jade for this. But look at that, it looks dark, it looks beautiful. And I'm sad I'm not reading it right now. So, number 3 is a book with an owl character or an owl on the cover. Now, I looked through all of my shelves. Not really a big theme of owls. So I chose an old, I want to say favourite, but it's not really a favourite. And I chose Winnie the Pooh by A.A. Milne. It's an old favourite because Winnie the Pooh is my favourite ever Disney character. Winnie the Pooh is one of my favourite ever Disney shows of all time, but I've never actually read the book, and obviously it features the character Owl, so that is kind of obvious why it's there. Number 4 is a book with night in the title, and for this one I only had one book with night other than Lady Midnight. I had Endless Night by Agatha Christie. Now I don't know anything about this. I googled it to see if I could get a bit of a plot to explain it to you, and it just come up with the entire plot, like including the ending, and I thought, well, I'm not going to read that, so don't know what it's about. All I know about it is that it's classed as more of a who's going to get done rather than a whodunit. That's all it says, that we spend this book trying to find out that someone's going to die, and we basically trying to piece out who, and then when they do, that's how the book kind of ends, I think. I have no idea. I'll just see when I get to it sometime in my life. But this is the only book with night that I own. Question 5. Name your favourite childhood story. Now, if you've been following my channel for a while, you will know I didn't read a lot when I was a kid. I didn't read until the age of 13. But there was always one book that I actually got read to me quite a bit, and that is The Twits by Roald Dahl. It is actually one of my favourite stories, even to this day. I haven't read it in ages, but it's one of those books when someone says name a childhood favourite, that's the one that I think of. And The Twits are it's just a fun little children's book about two grumpy old miserable people that used to be pretty but got turned ugly by their wickedness and their meanness and grumpiness. And they're so horrible to people that eventually the animals, I'm sure they're animals, the animals that they live with decide to take their revenge, and it's so great. It's just funny, childish funny, but it teaches a good lesson on stop being a miserable sod and cheer up a bit. Okay, question 6 is a book that has a dark setting. Now, I know a lot of you are probably sick of me talking about Nemesis. So I went for Nemesis 2, which is The Beast Within. This book is definitely a dark setting because it is set in the Scottish moors, and it's quite often set at night. It's very creepy, and our main character Ram is alone on the moors and he's lost, and there is a creature on the moors that is killing people, and it's so creepy, it's so dark. It follows on from the first book a little bit, so I can't really tell you too much about it, but that is what it's about. He is on the run from the Dark Man who appears in book 1, and that's kind of what the first book is focused on. And it continues here with a kind of entirely different plot, but it's the ongoing theme of he's running away from the Dark Man, and the Dark Man is coming after him. And in this installment, he ends up on the Scottish moors, running away from a beast that is chasing him, intent on killing everything it sees. Give it a read. It's my favourite book series. Okay, number 7 is a book with chapters set at night. Now, I don't know if this book has chapters set at night, but I'm going to say there's a good chance. And that is Birth of a Killer, which is the first book in the Saga of Larton Crepsley by Darren Shan. It's a prequel series to the Saga of Darren Shan, which I did a 24-hour readathon of this year. I haven't read this book. I plan on doing this entire series because there's 4 books in that series as another 24-hour readathon at some point. But it's kind of obvious it's going to be set at night. It's a bit of a dark vampire supernatural thriller horror book. I mean, if I end up being wrong, I will do a public apology, but the chances are I'm right. Okay. Number 8, a book with a dark plot or ending. I've just realised I didn't get it out and it's behind me somewhere. Okay, I'm going to guess. That's not it. Never mind. Yeah, a book with a dark plot or ending. I went with the book Misery by Stephen King. It's a dark plot. I don't know how it ends. I've never read it, never seen the film, but I know that the story is about a writer that is in a car crash and his biggest fan finds him, takes him back to her cabin, nurses him back to health, and keeps him hostage until he rewrites the plot of his final book where he kills off the main character. And the fan is not too happy about that, so he is forced to rewrite that book to bring her back to life so our biggest fan can be happy. And I've heard that the film is absolutely amazing. I've heard the book is amazing, and I just haven't gotten around to reading it yet. And I'm very excited to do that when it happens. And I really want to read that. And what's next? Oh yes, there are 2 more, but they're not book related. Question 9 is name your favourite midnight snack. Now, I didn't think I had a favourite midnight snack, but I feel like everyone has a favourite midnight snack. So my favourite midnight snack is cereal. I just love cereal. Chocolate cereal, Cocoa Pops, chocolate shreddies, Crave. Any chocolate cereal, I just love it. It's the ultimate midnight snack. That is God tier snacking. Just cereal is the best. And question 10 is a drink that will keep you up all night. Now for me, that is Lucozade. Whenever I do a 24-hour readathon, you will always see a big bottle of Lucozade in the shot somewhere because I just have to have it to stay awake. And it's just a lovely drink. Only Lucozade Original. I can't have any of the other flavours because they're gross. And that's it. So that is all of the questions. This is the book tag. I am going to tag Celeste from the World of Reading, Mel from A Book Fiend Named Mel, and Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. And that is it. So happy birthday again, Jade. Thank you so much for tagging me. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to do it and you've not been tagged, consider yourself tagged. Make sure you leave a comment down below. I want to know what your opinions on any of the books I have mentioned are. I love to know when you guys have been and watched this video, so just drop a comment down below to let me know that you've been here. And that is it from me. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I post every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, then whenever I can be bothered, quite frankly. So until next time, I will see you guys later.